Okay, this is setting up your Polygonal animal project. First, I already hit File New, and you are going to be setting your artboard at 12 inches by 18 inches, and depending on the orientation of your animal picture, it's going to be either a portrait or landscape, and you can go in and change this once you pull your animal in. I realized that at first I thought I was going to put mine in landscape, but once I pulled my picture over, I realized I needed it in portrait, but I'm going to show you what it looks like in case you run into the same problem. So you're going to name it, let's see, your first initial, last name, Polygon. And so when you save, and you're going to want to upload this every day to the daily assignment, because the file gets so big and you don't want to lose it. So make sure you upload it to Google Classroom. And then we're going to hit create. Oh, let's check. We need this in CMYK. It is there. All right, now I'm going to create. All right, we have our layer. I'm going to go pull the fox this little fennec fox that I got off of Unsplash. And because I got it off of Unsplash, it's high resolution, so it's really big. And at my first glance, I thought I wanted this in landscape. And if I just did his face, I'm going to hold shift and size it down just a little bit. And I'm looking at the black square right here. That's my artboard. We could do something like that. But if you want to do the whole body, so there's two ways you can get to artboards: window, artboards, or if you have your layers panel open, it is right here. And I'm going to click my little artboard options page button, change it back to portrait, and then I'm going to click OK. So while holding shift, because that's going to keep it in the right perspective, and we don't want any floating animals, so that we're going to put it all the way at the bottom of the artboard. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit crop image. So now I can get rid of the rest of that picture. And you're not going to worry about the background. You're only going to worry about your animal. Apply. All right, so we can lock that, make a new layer. So I have my animal. He is my emphasis. I want you to go over to the toolbar, look at your shapes. You'll have rectangle, rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, star tool, and you can use any of these. You can use your shapes, or you can draw with your pen tool, or you could use both, or you can mix shapes. Go back to the examples, look at those for reference. But to get our colors set up, because it takes a while just to get this assignment together, I'm going to click my polygon, and if you just tap your trackpad, it'll say polygon. You can change it to however many sides you want. For the color harmonies, I usually do 6 and have a hexagon. I'm going to make it a little smaller, and I'm going to do Control C, Control V over and over again, and right now they're actually just stacking up on each other. And then let's see, I'm going to move them, and this is going to be my swatches panel. You may have 6, 7, 10 rows of these. It's a lot easier once you get started. If you have all these here, I don't think I need that last one. I'm going to set these up. I'm going to come up to my horizontal align and make sure they're all in line. And then if you scroll over to here, it says vertically distribute. So now it's all centered evenly also. Okay, I'm going to Command C, Command V, and then move this one over, because I know I'm going to need several. just because I can see the color ranges. This is similar when we did the image trace. We're not image tracing this, but when we did the image trace of the little dog, and we talked about values and how to do, if there's a darker value, like in his nose and his, down to his legs to his paws and in the eyes. And then this is definitely a red-orange right here. This is a lighter shade in here. This is a little darker. This is what I want you to look at. I want you to look at all these different values. And when you're doing your polygons or your shapes and you turn this picture on and off as you go, you'll see that it will still transfer if you have the values correct. So this is why we have to set it up like this. So you can press the letter I or go to your eyedropper, but the shortcut is I. And let's say, let's start with this color. I'm going to try to get the darkest or the most intense color I can. All right, we're going to go with this one. And then color guide. So you can go to window, color guide, or mine's usually up here. Oh, I already have it out. Okay. This is my target color. This is the color right here that I dropped over here. But I want this whole row of shades and tints. So I'm going to start up here and literally just click over and get each one of these colors. And I like to end with a absolute white, which is all F's right here. And then an absolute black, which is 6 zeros. All right, so I have my first value range. And then you just keep going for the next ones. So I'm going to come up here, click this hexagon, click my eyedropper again, and let's fool around with these colors. That's a nice color palette. So, and then you'll do the same thing. So here's my target color. That's my middle color here. So I'm going to start at the darkest again and go all the way down. Again, it takes a little time to set up, but this will keep you organized and really help in the long run. Oops. Okay, so you see you'll just keep going from there. Then if you want to just lock those, make a new layer, and you're going to try to position out where you're going to start working. So let's say if I wanted to, I'm going to click my polygon, do 8, see what that looks like, and make this super small. I'm going to turn down the opacity a bit for a second so I can see that underlying color. And then I'm going to come over here and color pick it. Then you can Command C, Command V. You can start making a pattern. And you want to have a little variation because this is lights and darks, but you want it to still go with the same color value as your little fox or whatever animal you choose. But say I want to use my pen tool up here. So I'm going to pin my first shape. I'm going to hit shortcut to your selection is the letter V as in Victor. And then I'm going to eyedrop over here. And I see that's pretty close. It may be more of this color. And I'm going to take my pen tool and pin it again. And then I'm going to take my anchor point tool to drop it down. Because even though you're doing polygon, I want it to have the curve of the eye. And then you can adjust these anchor points also using your direct selection tool. So I know I only did a few, but when you turn it off, your reference image off, and as you continue to work, you'll see your fox come through, and it ends up being a really nice design.